Hi, I'm Eleanor. I'm in my third year studying philosophy, politics, and economics. So, a particular area of philosophy that I'm interested in is kind of climate ethics. And I've always kind of been more interested in the applied ethics questions and also political philosophy. And that particularly came from kind of second year and now third year philosophy. And from that, I'm now researching for my dissertation the ethics and talking about justice of solar geoengineering, which is basically a large-scale climate intervention to artificially lower global temperatures to kind of offset some of the negative effects of climate change. And with that, I'm bringing in the history and the injustices of colonialism and the transatlantic slave trade and talking about how those are relevant to solar radiation management, which is a form of this geoengineering, and talking about why we need to be acknowledging colonialism and the slave trade in addressing the harms associated with this climate intervention. I think philosophy I kind of have seen as really helpful in terms of my approach to things. I think having the kind of logical thought and kind of structured way of approaching things kind of suits how I am as a person generally, but I also, in terms of my plans for after university, having studied philosophy and ethics has really kind of formed and constructed what I want to do in the future. So I'm really interested and kind of passionate about making a positive difference. And I think from having studied philosophy, I care a lot about kind of what my duties are as a person to other people and kind of to the world as a whole. And so because of that, I'm really interested in sustainability. And next year, I'm actually planning to do a master's in environment and development. And I do think that having studied philosophy, I'll actually bring kind of a unique perspective into debates about those things because I have that sense of our responsibilities to others and the ethical requirements we have to other people, which I think is a good thing to be able to bring into these discussions, which are very relevant and very important to everyone today. So I actually did philosophy at school in sixth form for my IB International Baccalaureate. And I think the reason I chose that before was because I was always interested in it. I think I cared about trying to discover kind of what the meaning of life was. And while I definitely am no closer to having an answer for that now, I think I always wanted to kind of discover those big questions and I was always curious about it. And I also kind of on a personal level, my dad didn't really believe in the importance of philosophy and didn't really understand or think that it was of much value, and it was a lot more kind of convinced by things like econ and business. And so I think I kind of wanted to prove him wrong, and in doing that, it's definitely kind of carried through in how I see philosophy as not just kind of an exploration of the abstract and kind of metaphysical things, but also how it has this really powerful side to it in application and the change it can make in kind of real life.